Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Masters Championship. Tonight it's Division 1 here for round number 16, the Russian Grand Prix on the Sochi Autodrome. My name is Racing1, and alongside with me in the commentary booth tonight is the one and only Adam. Good evening.
Good evening, Timo.
Yeah. Nice you could join me again tonight. Russia, I've been told by you it's one of your favorite tracks of the season, so yeah, what can you expect tonight from Division 1 and also from the racing on this track tonight?
Well, what you can expect is a pretty hefty amount of penalties.
Oh yeah. That will be a big issue tonight, especially turn 1 or the legitimate turn 2 out the first braking zone after the start finish straight. And also sector 2, all these 90-degree angle corners. Easy to run wide or cut the corner, so I think the driver of less penalties tonight, or the least penalties tonight, could win this race actually.
Yeah, it depends where people start on the grid.
Overtaking is not that issue, to be honest, but on the other hand we could see big DRS trains as well down the home straight. Now let's see how everything will unfold tonight. And in terms of pole, Adam, what can we expect at this stage here? 11 minutes to go in quali.
Well, the strategy is soft mediums, so I would expect everyone to do a lap on softs. I'd say poles between Dartbolt and Carlsberg. Maybe Matt. Matt might shock a few people with a really good lap time.
Yeah, already in the high 30s. Great banker there by Kevin. A 30.8 followed by the Turano boys. They are in a big championship fight as well. Matt a 31.1, Scuba 31.1 as well. Only 1 millisecond covering these guys. And Carlsberg 31.2, 31.3 by Coutinho. That's actually Kerosene Cafe changed his PSN. So a few great bankers with 10 minutes to go here in qualifying. Also a few changes in terms of the drivers in Division 1. We have Westy here. He reserved last week on his Team C debut. Had a great race in Singapore. And he got promoted to a full-time driver tonight. So best of luck to him, as Darren Sinclair decided to leave. And Darren is replaced by Westy in the Williams then. So good luck for the rest of the season. AC Alonso is actually F1 Alonso. He's racing with another account tonight as West is going up into 6th place at 31.4. Also a decent banger as well. And we have, let me check, Merck in here. He's currently sitting in P15. On an outlap, he's replacing Kieran Trapp, who also left the league, unfortunately. Yeah, Kieran Trapp as well, I've been told by Dan, he left. Also, Afri is missing, and Bullet Boy was supposed to join, so I don't know where these guys are, but 90 drivers on the grid, should be a fantastic race. It's a fast track, not really slow corners to be honest, all medium speed corners. I think the slowest corner is towards turn, is that turn 13? I'm not entirely sure. After
the Street James corner.
Yeah, where Bottas was told to let Hamilton buy this corner here after the second DRS straight. Very technical part in sector 3. Also here, where Merck is coming now. Blind apex as well, blind apex, and very slow indeed. So, Adam, what are you enjoying the most at this track to race here?
I'd have to say the long left-hander. In sector 1, I think it's turn 3. You can carry so much overspeed, and if you have cooperation with the other driver, you can make some pretty spectacular overtakes there.
Yeah, you also have different lines here. You can stay here close like Merck is doing at the moment. Tight apex, or you can go wider and take late apexes. So that's two different kinds to take this corner properly. As Merck is on a lap now, coming to sector 2. as PUBG Mobile goes quick is a 30.7. Have a quick look here in the racing point, and that's very good pace shown. Very sweaty again.
On the edge.
So,
he's on the edge.
In terms of pole, I'm expecting a 30.4 tonight. So let's see if we actually can reach it. As Afri, we have seen it. Afri joined late, so that's actually full crit for the race, but poor Afri on a default setup with 6-6 wings in Russia. Not what you want to have at all.
Well, apparently, last week in Singapore in Division 2, apparently SH was able to put a setup on.
Oh, okay.
Maybe might not be on the default, so I don't know.
Just if Park Fermi is on, I think. Let's see if Merc.
Because they never technically left the pits, did they? So
yeah.
Whether they'll be able to put one on, I don't know.
31-4
invalidated.
Validated, unfortunately.
And that was with a little spin coming out of turn 14.
On board with Wesker right now, he's like 3/10 up on his current best, sitting in P10. Not a bad banker by Wesker as well, and it's probably the last race of this season here by Wesker, which is unfortunate because
he gets points because he's my teammate next season.
Oh yeah, would be good to see if Wesker gets some points tonight to increase his confidence, maybe to change his mind to actually continue this season because he's not enjoying Division 1 very much. Wants to go back to Division 2, but after a few other discussions and conversations, he is finally not allowed to go down. So let's see what happens after this race.
Let's hope he stays. It'll be vital practice for him for next season.
Yeah, for sure. In my opinion, he should really carry on this season to finish the season with style. Maybe he can sneak a few more points in a few races. Maybe at a few tracks which suit him better. Maybe Japan or Mexico, I don't know. But in my opinion...
Mexico is terrible. Hate that track.
For me personally as well. Just was naming some tracks. But in my opinion, he should carry on.
Yeah, definitely.
Coutinho is starting another lap. He's taking a more wider line. Now comes close to the apex of that turn 3, which Adam mentioned. Great corner indeed. Can go side by side through there. And then the section with all these 90-degree angle right-handers. So in my opinion, not really spectacular in terms of the layout itself. And yeah, easy to extend as well. And personally, this corner here, it's very hard to get right.
This is one of my favourite corners on the track. It's just so nice, turn 9. When you get it right, it feels good.
DRS wide open now, also one of the overtaking opportunities into this braking zone here. Second gear upshift or short shift to third and fourth gear. This curb is very deadly as well, this exit curb. And then if you're running no line, that's very hard to negotiate that successfully. And then to the final two corners. Turn 17 and 18. Can Coutinho improve again? Can go up into 5th place of 31.2. Good lap by Coutinho.
Medium pilot's on a lap, I believe.
Medium pilot yet to set a lap as well.
Sector 3.
Yeah, let's say onboard then. A quick look where's Carl's Duck Bolt. He's just starting one. Last couple of corners for medium pilot. Can he put himself up there into the second row maybe? But I think, yeah, hasn't validated.
He's trying to get that one last run.
So now the pressure is on then for medium pilot to get this lap now all together.
I believe Combi is on our lap and so is Kevin, unless Kevin comes into the pits. I mean, he's down this time, so I wouldn't see why he wouldn't come in.
Let's see what Combi can do. I think he was up in the second sector. Or after split 1. Combi currently sitting in P9. I think that 31.6 would be good enough for a top 10 result tomorrow night in Division 2. But what do you need for top 10 finish tonight in Division 1? Let's find out. As the times are really, really competitive. 3 minutes to go.
Only if they're saving it for the last runs to surprise us.
Yeah, probably. I hope so. As Combi goes 4th of 31.1. Very good lap by the Ferrari driver. Gained his first victory last week in Singapore. That was a fantastic drive from the German. Let's see what he can do tonight. Captain Jobs. He was reserving on Friday as well, so he has a lot of driving experience recently.
Definitely a candidate for Rookie of the Season, I would say. He's impressed me a lot, Captain Jobs.
Yeah, decent performances all time. He was racing. So he's the only one on a lap, I think, besides Merck as well.
Also on a lap, but Captain Jobs is just ahead of Merck.
As we have Sector 1, Sector 2 caution, just the guys letting Jobs through. Lap is looking quite decent at the moment, so P16 there might be a major improvement for the Torosso driver.
Merck's going to hit quite a lot of traffic towards the end of his lap.
Captain Jobs are coming to the heavy braking zone. Brake in time. Don't run too deep to prepare this left-hander. Don't run too wide as well through there, as the curbs can spin you out. Left, right again on the power early. Pit exit on the right-hand side and then 2 times to the right again. Don't run too wide, and it's a 31.2. Very good lap by Captain Jobs, and look at this, how close that is from Matt Tybus down to Westy in P10. It's only covered by 0.4 of a second, so that time that by Jobs would have been pole maybe in Division 3, but here it's P8 in Division 1.
So a 31.3.
That's insane, and also great time by Merck. That's also very competitive for tomorrow night. And the gaps are so close for track, which is one of the longer tracks.
As Diebold is right behind Steven on an out, both on an outlap.
So close.
Diebold's going for the slipstream. Hopefully he doesn't mess up his own lap.
Well, on board with Milan Ryan at the moment. He's coming to the end of a lap as well. He's up by a 1/10 of a second. Combi finish in P4. And also expecting everyone to qualify on a set of softs, because you can go away with a soft medium strategy tonight. Tire degradation not really an issue in Russia. Chassis in P12. He could improve by 4.5 which is good to see. 31.6. Milan Ryan comes over the line. P6 a 31.1 as well. So close behind Scuba.
Did a 30.9.
30.9 by Matt. Good time by the Renault driver. Scuba is in sector 2. Who's next to cross the line? Karlsberg coming to sector 3 in a moment. Just back into the pits. I think that was a pilot, actually, yes. So let's see what he can do. Can he sneak pole? No, it isn't. It's invalidated. He didn't set a lap time there and has to start from P19. Corby goes up to P12. 31.5 for the Irishman. Wesker coming through the last couple of corners. The Racing Point driver P14. And it's a 32.1, and unfortunately no improvement as Perpetuum goes quickest. Quick look there. Great lap, 30.4. Karlsberg P3, 30.9. Alonso improved to P11, 31.2.
Kevin did a 30.5, but invalidated.
Scuba improved, I think, as well by 2/10, 30.9. Right behind his teammates, so close between the two Ronin boys. And also Karlsberg, 30.9. That is very close, but at the top, it's
30.4.
It's 4/10 clear ahead of Kevin. That's a big gap. But the rest is insanely close.
Well, Kevin invalidated a 30.5, so it would have been closer.
Okay, unfortunate then for Kevin, but still P2. And Merck, I think, also validated this last run as he came back in the pits.
Carlsberg at the start. P3 is basically the new pole position here.
Oh yeah, that's a very good shot. We've seen it in the real life Grand Prix as well with Vettel sneaking up to P1 into the first turn.
Also, watch out for Matt. Matt might get the slipstream of Kevin, and that might push him alongside Perpetuum.
Oh, there's a racing point. That's Wesker in the wall. I think his AI destroyed itself. But that was a very intense quali session indeed. I like that. And Adam, would you talk us through the final quali results?
Yeah, Perpetuum gets pole from 0.3 clear of Kevin, which is a pretty hefty gap. I think Carlsberg's the championship leader.
Yeah.
He's in P3. His championship rivals Matt and Scuba in P4 and 5, Combi P6, Westy P7, Milan Ryan P8, Kirishin Kev P9, Captain Chubbs 10th, F1 Alonso 11th, Darkball 12th, Merc 13th, and Corby just behind. I was too slow to see the rest.
But again, a good quality performance by Westy. Really impressive debut as well, and could be on for decent points on tonight as well. As the drivers are selecting their fuel loads and tire strategy, especially interesting for the guys outside the top 10. What would you do?
Anyone outside the top 10 is going to start on mediums and go softs towards the end.
Very interested to see what the guys choose there.
We saw the alternative strategy in Singapore and that worked treats for people. In Division 2 we nearly saw someone from the alternative strategy win, but Merc spun and Afri has left the section.
Oh, Afri has left. His car wasn't on the grid apparently. That's unfortunate for him. So he wanted to join this race, but it was too late.
I can only guess Afri didn't have a setup.
Oh, okay. He couldn't choose a setup then. That could be the case, yeah. That's unfortunate for him.
Let's see the tires.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, mediums for people outside the top 10.
Holy cowboy.
Joe's the only one who's going to be on the softs. Watch him at the start. He's going to be like a rocket compared to everyone else.
Yeah, you can actually watch it from the back then. If you take the back then, can go on with Corby and see what progress he can make. As the guys are on
see a big crash.
Oh,
let's just hope we don't see one of them.
That would be very mental indeed. Very destructive again, like we've seen in Austria or other big crashes. So let's hope we have a clean turn 1 and turn 2 as well. And as Perpetuum Mobile is leading the guys on this formation lap, I'm quickly talking you through the current Division 1 standings. As Carlsberg is leading the way in Division 1 on 198 points and is also in P3, outqualified his nearest rival. Scuba on 169 points, then closely followed by Matt, his teammate, on 162. Medium Pilot, who's starting from 19th tonight, is in 4th on 129 points. Perpetuum Mobile on pole on 78. Kevin also on 78 points in 6th place. Darren, who unfortunately left the league, is in 7th on 70 points. Darkbolt in 8th on 57, Kerosene Kev, or now known as Coginio, in 9th on 52, and Afri, who couldn't make the race, in 10th place on 45 points. In the drop zone at the moment, it's close there with Jess on 18 points, Westgate in the drop zone on 12 points. I don't know if he leaves or not, so let's find out after the race actually. Captain Jobs is on 0 points in 19th, and LTO Tom also on 0 points. In the constructors we have
Medium Pilot.
Sorry?
Be interesting to see how Medium Pilot does from the back.
Yeah, that would be a great charge from him from the back, I'm sure. He has the pace for sure. As Renault is leading in the constructors on 331 points. Haas is in second on 255. McLaren in third on 154. Then it's a close grab for 4th place there with Alpha, Mercedes, Racing Point on 97, 96 and 90 points respectively. And also Williams there on 88 and Ferrari in 8th on 72 points. So everything to play for.
Renault wants it easy in Division 1.
Seems like it. And both Renaults again in the top 5. So let's see how this start will unfold. Hope we have a clean turn 1. Or turn 2 is the actual braking zone on this track. Nice camera view as well. 4-5 red lights in Russia. And we are on the way for round number 16 here in Division 1. That's a good start from Perpetual Mobile. Kevin right behind Keltspace alongside Kevin there. The toe of Perpetuum is there as well. A bit of lag. Matt up the inside, could be 4 wide, and a McLaren of Milan. But Perpetuum hold the lead. Keltsberg got by Kevin. But all the other drivers did a very good first and second turn there. And it's very close into the next braking zone. Oh, 3 wide, and there's a bit of lag with Corby. That's very close, but they make it safely and cleanly through the first couple of corners. Keltsberg in the meantime got the lead there from Perpetuum Mobile as Perpetuum left the session. That's a disconnect, which is very unfortunate on the first lap, would you believe it?
Already has a
oh, there's a spinner! Oh, there's a big accident in the background. That was Alonso. That was Alonso. He lost it there. Oh, man. And at the front, it's Matt against Kevin. I also got Bayern, his teammates there as well. Up the inside in the last sector. Up the inside he goes. He has to leave the space. The inside for Kevin, the next corner. But they run now towards the last couple of corners. But for the moment, it's Kevin in the Renault sandwich. And Keltsberg took full advantage here, the championship leader, to lead this race. Now, in lap 2.
See how powerful the slipstream is without the DRS.
Oh, that's close action, Dark Bolt and Westy. And Corby on his soft as well, looking for a move. Side by side between the two. Who comes out on top? Westy goes around the outside, but Corby can't see through. Late on the brakes is Westy. Switch back by Corby. Great move by Joe. Great racing. And in the background, it's still very close. Big DRS train unfolding the next lap. Yeah, that was a very clean start, it has to be said.
Yes, I'm actually quite surprised, to be fair. Let's see if F1 Alonso can get these tyres to the end on the hards.
I think he should be able to do it. For sure has to hope for safety car now. Just a shame as Captain Jobs and Murga going at it in the last sector. Oh, this is a half spin there for Murga, lost the back end.
There's a bit of front tyre contact. I think just caught Merck off guard.
Also Tom sneaked through there, Chessa has to stay behind. Matt with the fastest lap.
There's the first time penalty, Captain Chubbs.
Oh, sector 2 caution.
Sector 2, and Alonso's won it again. Unfortunately. Same spot as last time.
Lost the end plate there on the left hand side.
It's really unfortunate.
He does not really like this track, as Tom makes the move on Jobs. They're right with the penalty as well. As I said on Friday, join the penalty fest here in Russia. And already popping up early penalties in this race.
I think Matt might have a chance at winning this. He seems to be reeling in Carlsberg quite a lot.
Yeah, he's not letting him go easily. 0.6 of a second. Stays in his DRS.
Matt's always been quite quick on this track, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he shows it in the early stage. A good job as Cowboy. Another place gained by Corby. Good call actually to start on the soft to make up some early progress. As Merck now gets by. Oh, that's close there with the Toro Rosso. Also, medium pilot stuck in traffic.
Captain Chubbs gets another time penalty. That's already 2.
Oh, but that's not good news.
To do that.
Not good news for Chops. Could see like 21, 24 seconds of penalties tonight.
Unfortunate for Alonso as he's coming out of the pits.
Well, it's getting really close there with Combi. That is Combi versus Kevin. As we have Darkbolt and Joe Corby. Again, he's on a real mission there, Joe Corby. Look at this, making the next move here. Side by side, through turn 3.
Go on, Joe. Get that move done.
Has he inside that Darkbolt? It's pushed off a bit. Oh, he collected! He collected the wall! Oh, big collision also involved with Darkbolt. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Darkbolt, nothing he could do. He just got collected out by the spinning Joe. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Oh, there's another crash! That's Westy right in the back of Wesker, I think. He lost a part of his wing. Now everything is kicking off in this 4th lap of 27.
Westy's got wing damage. Quite hefty wing damage.
That's unfortunate for him. Chesser gets by as well, so is Medium Pilot on Merc.
Has Merc got DRS failure?
I think he has, yeah, he's not opening it.
It says he's got DRS, but he's not. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, that was a dive and a half.
I think he just misjudged his braking there.
Oh, shocking camera views here in Russia. I don't like this. And I think Westy has come back to the pits.
The DRS train's heating up the top 4. I pulled out a DRS. It could be a 4-way scrap for the lead.
Yeah, it's not easy to break the DRS around here, actually. If you can stay close to the 2nd sector, you're always in DRS range. And Scuba is coming really close to Kevin as well. So let's see if Kevin actually enjoys this little Renault sandwich. Little baguette here.
Yeah.
As of Wesky, Merc and Corby in the pits, it is really unfortunate for Corby because he had such a great start to this race. I think he was also... he was the one who clipped the wall, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Completely forgot.
He's lucky not to have lost his wheel as well.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
It's unfortunate for Darkbolt, though. He was going quite well.
Not what you want to see, but that's racing, I guess.
As Wesker is in the points on his mediums.
Come on, Wesker. He's in a good position as well, behind Tom.
Carlsberg and Kevin are not using the ARS effectively.
Yeah, 97% there by Carlsberg.
Both got 100. Kevin's got 100 ERS. And Carlsberg has now got 100. Oh, as that was a...
These guys are doing a great job there in terms of saving ERS. I think 6/10 is a gap which is a bit too big to make a move as Adam left the session. He's still here?
Ah dear.
Oh, can you rejoin back? Combi, oh sorry, Cogenio and Combi side by side. And that's Milan as well. Sorry, wrong car. Oh, Milan Ryan! Through the middle of both! Great move by Milan Ryan. That's great racing here for the top 5 positions. Medium Pilot is getting by Captain Chops. Oh, side by side again, Milan Ryan and Combi. So, great race between the two Germans as Merck retired from the session. Not good news for him either.
I'm back.
Nice. As Kasper's doing a good defensive job. Well, the top 4 is pretty much equally matched on pace. There's a bit of a gap towards Coginio as Medium Pilot now gets past Wesker. From the back of the grid already to the points, so great charge from Medium Pilot as well.
That is significantly closer than previous laps. I wonder if this is going to be the time to make a move. He's closing.
He's closing in.
He's closing very quickly.
He has to do it on the brakes. Braking late to second gear. Can he make the corner? Yes, he can. And he gets by as Kevin as well. Had a great run. Also, Scuba.
There we go.
3 wide, it could be. But Scuba's backing out of it. Team C07 also going around the outside. And Kelsper lost the spot as well. It could be struggling in terms of pace.
Could be struggling with tyre temperatures, we don't know.
Maybe. Struggling a bit more than the other guys. But that's a long...
with Steven, and Kelsper seems to be struggling a bit with the back end.
So let's have a look there. Let's see when it comes to the braking zone to turn 13, the technical part of this track. What his car is like. As Kevin is coming really close to Matt at this stage. I think Kevin seems to be the quickest driver out of these 4, it seems like. And let's see if we can make a move now on the start-finish straight.
I think this race is going to be won from these 4 on penalties, as Steven goes for the undercut.
He goes for a...
Is he going to go mediums? Or does he know something we don't know where the mediums die at the end?
I think you can do the mediums then to the end. As we have Karlsberg very close to Kevin. Kevin also with the help of DRS on Matt, but he goes for it. Karlsberg risk it for the chocolate biscuit, and he does it, but Kevin is still there. The inside goes a bit off throttle. Around
the better line. As Karlsberg is still fighting back.
Karlsberg has a great run out of the second turn. Bit of a wiggle there for Kevin, as we have Miller run and Coutinho as well. Now great action all across the track. And as we see, Scuba has gone for medium, so that's just a big undercut on these guys. And you can finish easily, I think, on the mediums.
He's come out in a really nice gap as well.
Yeah, now he can push on.
Gap to put the hammer down. Let's see who responds out of these 3, if any of them do. As Matt's broken DRS.
Yeah, indeed, 1.1 seconds.
He's used all his ERS though, so I wonder if this is Matt's push in lap to cover off the undercut.
And all this battling allows the 3 Germans, Combi, Milan and Coutinho to close up as well. They're not far back.
Matt's coming in.
Matt's responding to his teammate, and Kevin as well.
Karlsberg stays out, and that was a wide. Kevin there.
Oh, Coutinho comes in as well. Tom goes on.
Coutinho might hold up Matt here.
On the mediums. All the guys on the mediums carry on, of course. Where's Scuba? Let's actually see how his outlap is like.
It was an unsafe pit release by the Renault guys. That's gonna be a fine for them.
Because I've noticed from my practice, the undercut is not that powerful on this track like on other tracks. But let's find out. Matt is coming out now. Where's Scuba? Coming over to start finish straight, and oh, that's close. He has to drive on the straight. Will be very interesting. Side by side for the 2 Renault boys around the outside. Scuba has to go, and he got them done in the end. Had to cut a little bit.
Lost the back end.
And Matt lost it indeed.
Thankfully he caught it, so he hasn't lost too much.
I'm not sure if there was contact between the 2 Renault boys. Did you see something?
It didn't look like there was contact, it just looked like Matt tried to get the power down too early.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate for him then. But Scuba, in the end, the undercut worked for him very well, and now he has to drag position, also the effective lead of this race, because he also will jump Karlsberg when he makes his pit stop. And now Matt could be sitting duck to Kevin as well. Lost the DRS to his teammate. Ah, that's unfortunate for him. Also just made a pit stop. Only 2 seconds behind these guys. Also great pace.
You don't really see overtakes down this back straight. This is more just setting up for the big pit lane straight.
It's very hard to go side by side through there. Turn 13, turn 14. A bit technical as well. And you don't want to move, make a move down here. Down. Oh, that's unfortunate as well. And a bit surprising, I have to say, for myself. I immediately would have responded to that. Maybe just was saving tires. Now to push a little bit more to have the advantage at the end of the race. Don't exactly know his strategy in his mind. And Milan then also on the softs in P2. Then we have Tom on the mediums, yet to pit medium pilot in 4th from the back. Wesker, decent race so far by him. Right behind him is Jezza with Paul in P7 and Scuba, the net race leader. Now what do you think, Adam? What is the pit stop delta here? It's a bit of a longer pit stop.
I think it's about 26 seconds.
Takes a quite long time.
Well, let's just say Stevens well into Carlsberg's pit window.
Yeah, that's
There's a 21-second gap.
Yeah,
so Carlsberg could come out 5, maybe 6 seconds behind.
But that's the current race situation then. But I'm expecting Carlsberg as well to catch back up again.
Steven has the fastest lap at this point. 35.5. Carlsberg's pitted and he's sped into the pit lane.
Sped in the pit lane, 5 seconds stop and go for him. And that's not what he wants in terms of his championship hopes.
That might be the race gone.
That could make the difference indeed, as we have Milan in as well. Now all soft runners have pitted. And he made the undercut there on Coutinho and Combi, so that will be also very interesting between these three, as we have Jezza and Wesker, and there's contact, and Jezza is round in turn 2. Contact with Wesker in the process, as he has to let by Porty and Medium Pilot. Oh, that's unfortunate for him. Scuba gets by as well, Matt right behind him now. Oh, that compromises race massively, that Jezza. I think it was just a bit of a racing incident.
Yeah, it didn't look like anything major happened there, as Kevin dive on his Chazza.
Oh, slight wiggle on the exit of the corner, and in terms of Combi Coutinho, and Milan came back behind these guys of the pits, 1.7 seconds.
Basically pushing Combi around the corners now in the second sector.
1.5 seconds for Milan then to catch up.
The gap between Steven and Carlsberg is around 3 seconds, I would say. Yeah, it's basically 2.5. Came out closer than what I was anticipating, actually.
Jezza's tires could be a bit cooked now after the spin. Has to cool them down. And all the guys behind him are not really his rivals for position on track at the moment. We'll lose a bit of time now, also after his pit stop. As Carlsberg gets by. Well, that's Alonso coming out of the pits. He's letting everyone by, so fair play for Alonso. And also very unfortunate for him. Respect he goes on.
He's still here, racing. As Perpetron never rejoined his car.
A very, very close grab for Combi. Goes up the inside on Jezza into turn 4. Slow contact on the tire, tire to tire, and it collected Coutinho as well. And that was a bit also of a racing incident, because the handling, also the contact model of this game, it's so bad.
Coutinho has wing damage, which is unfortunate. He was having a really good race.
Oh man. Just because of this bad contact model of Codemasters. No way he had to spin there. Just side pod contact, and it sent him round there, Combi, into the line of Coutinho. As Matt close back up to Scuba. Well, just shows the pace of Matt tonight. And we have Milan Ryan again making a move on Coutinho then. And these guys are now coming up to some traffic to the medium compound runners who haven't pitted yet.
Let's see who navigates this traffic the best.
Oh, Medium Pilot is the new race leader, but Tom tries to fight back. Carlsberg with the fastest lap. But it's Medium Pilot. takes the lead from Tom.
Carlsberg needs to use his ERS if he gets back into the lead to get that 5-second gap.
Scuba around the offside of Paul. He has to make that move ASAP. Up the inside he goes. Has to cut a little bit.
Looks like in sector 1.
And also Matt pops through late on the brakes and he gets the move done on fresh tires. Now next is Kevin. Chesa and Combi going at it. That's 4P9. A lot of battles in Russia tonight.
As Paulie just lets them by.
Kasper as well.
Paudie's smart, Paudie knows.
Good driving by Paudie.
He's not.
He knows what he's doing.
If Matt goes for a lunge, are we going to see a Renault tactical swap here?
Let's see, because both drivers are still fighting for the championship, and I think they'll fight each other as well.
Hopefully cleanly fight each other.
Oh yeah. The last thing we want is a crash between the Renault guys and giving Carlsberg the championship pretty much.
Wesker's still going. Wesker's doing well.
Yeah, 10 seconds ahead of these guys. Has a good chance for points tonight, to be honest. So let's see as Carlsberg and Kevin go side by side over the start-finish straight. Who breaks later? It's Carlsberg up the inside. Maybe a little switchback, better run out of the corner. Oh, that was contact! Contact between Kevin and Carlsberg.
It didn't look like contact.
Just in the...
From the off-board camera, it just looked like...
Oh, but look at Kevin. He lets him by. He lets him by. I was on board with Kevin and it looked like a bit of contact, but I could be wrong as well.
From the off-board camera, it looked like a bit of desync.
But just the fact Kevin lets him by again is a fair play action there by the young Portuguese lad. So, good to see. So maybe Kevin...
battling has helped Matt and Steven a lot. Let's see if Matt goes for the move.
Maybe the fact Kevin let him by, he felt he did something wrong. So
down to the famous turn 13. They're both quite equal on the RS, to be fair.
Yeah. That cold helps Scuba to defend.
It's interesting.
And good evening also to the guys in the chat. Good evening, hope you enjoy the racing. And F3 is Kevin's biggest fan. As Matt comes close, Scuba's in the middle of the road, not giving any chance to his teammates. A good defending there by Scuba.
Is there? This game is broken.
Yeah. Combi is close to Paudie, he was yet to pit. Right behind him is Milan. Now these two guys, Combi and Milan, can't get rid of each other in this race, but still on for very good points. And with Chesa in P11, Westy in that...
Pit stop window for the medium runners.
Yeah, like... oh, Captain Chops said no, like... Yeah, now at the moment. But he only did 7 laps on these. That's a bit surprising. Only he got wing damage. Yeah, he got wing damage. He's changed his wing.
Surely the medium runners have to pit soon. Maybe...
Yeah, lap 17, 18.
Maybe this lap. We might see him coming this lap.
Maybe this lap as well. Let's find out medium pilot actually. He's leading. But he's going on. So he's stretching his medium stint just a little bit as we have Combi and Milan going side by side into the braking zone of turn 13. And Combi can defend from Milan Ryan. We're getting close to Paudie.
3 seconds time penalty.
Oh, Wesker is in. Pit then for this lap.
Matt gets a penalty.
Oh, that could be costly indeed. That could decide everything in the end.
Matt might need to make the move here. And he does.
And one for the further penalty. Could be a penalty too much.
I think Steven knows he's got a penalty. I think he'll be just sitting in behind waiting. Because everyone else in the top 4 has penalties except Steven.
If he keeps that going, Steven, I think he will be on for the race win. But I don't want to jinx anything or commentator's curse, so I stay calm with that. Vila now desperate to make the move on Party. It's a bit of chance for Combi to run away into the distance. Some breathing space.
Juliana says in the chat, Kevin, I'm your biggest fan.
And Darkball as well. Good evening, Darkball. Very unfortunate what happened tonight with Joe.
Like, Darkball's now Kevin's biggest fan.
Now Milan Ryan about to make a move on Party around the outside. And he gets it easily done then.
Went a bit deep though.
Meteor Pilot is in now for his first and only pit stop onto the softs. Let's find out where we will pop out.
Steven can't afford to let Matt get away.
Well, there's his teammate Milan Ryan. Behind his teammate, right behind his teammate, that's Jason Portipitter as well. Milan Ryan, I don't think he will fight a lot. Just let him by.
Medium Pilot is P8 and 20 seconds off lead. Is that too much?
Nice, Tom retired as well, which is a big shame. In the lead as well. Don't know what happened.
Oh, he spun.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Tom.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. He's doing well.
Let me check again. The gap is...
Let's look at Wesker coming out in P9 and I cursed him into a penalty there. Sorry about that.
The gap is only 7.5 seconds to Matt. So that's a great drive from Medium Pilot. So just showed his pace on the mediums. Coming out in P6 now, and he should be the fastest man on track, to be honest, now on a set of soft slider car.
Is he going to catch up to these?
I think he will, you know. I think he will. So Captain Chubbs is in the pits again. And he's pushing Combi through the last sector here. And that's already the top 5 then, from P19 on the grid. What a comeback drive. But first of all,
he an easy move.
First of all, he has to clear Combi.
Sails past him.
Flies by, and that's 4 points.
This is going to help him for his fastest lap.
Indeed. With the DRS as well. Now his fastest lap attempt. With Kevin 3.5 seconds up the road.
Kevin's got a time penalty as well, so could be dropping down to 4th.
Jason Porty, there's a move going on for P10 to turn 2. Well, that's a scrap that with Jason Porty on fresh softs. That could be interesting for the final point. Westy, who had to pit early due to wing damage on older Hartzau, but he should make it to the end on in P9. Has a lonely race at the moment. So has Wesker, and he pitted. Look at Wesker. 13.8 seconds on fresh softs. He just pitted 2 laps ago. And would get 4 points at the moment. So that would be a big result for Wesker.
Hopefully this means he doesn't leave.
I hope he doesn't. He has to continue this season.
I think he's just broken at Singapore.
Matt Tapp is with the fastest lap. Yeah, he has to get some confidence back. Wesker then for
33.4. Jesus.
That's something. That's really something.
That was my qualifying laps.
2 seconds only behind Kevin, and
Matt's broken Steven's DRS.
I think he's on for the race win. You know, apart from some time penalties will change something. So time penalties will play a big role in the end of the race when the guys finish the race and cross the line. I think only Media Pilot can lose it due to time penalties.
Or he could win it due to time penalties, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't...
I don't remember how many penalties he has got.
Yeah.
I don't want to check, I don't want to ruin
Yeah,
it.
same for me, I don't exactly know the penalty situation. As it is second
know
part.
Kevin has one. Carlsberg has a 5-second to speed in. I remember that one. And I think Matt may have one.
Oh, Alonso retired. Yeah, he lost it again. He lost it again.
Where Tom lost it.
Onto the second DRS straight. That's unfortunate again for Alonso. And Perpetuum racing as a go, so it's 14 drivers remaining. And what I wanted to say, it's a bit more spread out in the second part of this race after the pit stops. At the front it's still close, Media Pilot on a mission. But the midfield a bit more spread out.
Right back up to Kevin.
You can see the race leader. You can see the race leader in the end of the straight.
He just needs to be smart. He went so much faster through there than Kevin. That was insane how he just got through there.
And if he gets past all these guys, he needs to increase a bit of a gap.
Cool.
That's great pace there by a medium pilot.
He knows he's on a faster tyre, so he knows he don't want to force a move and ultimately ruin his and someone else's race. He just needs to bide his time.
That's also the closest what we have on track at the moment. Also Milan is close to Combi on the second, but I think Milan Ryan could be ready for a move now, well before the braking zone with his DRS. So he's not messing about at the moment here, medium pilot.
Kevin just has to stick in medium pilot's DRS. It'll bring him, it'll drag him along up to the back of Carlsberg again.
Yeah, and speaking of Carlsberg, that's the next one on medium pilot's overtaking list. But that's a tougher one, I think, you know. Also Carlsberg with DRS on Scuba.
I wonder if Carlsberg's gonna defend. Just watch how much faster he is through turn 1. It's ludicrous. It just is ludicrous.
Much better
he gained
traction.
2/10 through there.
Is it enough to
take around here? Come on.
Is it enough? No, he just stays behind us. Carlsberg also was late in the brakes, to be fair. It's so close. Oh, a bit of lag as well.
Just don't take each other out.
Also we have a move going on, Chesa and Westy into turn 1, or turn 2 rather. The two Williams boys. Maybe also a bit of tactical games. For P9 and 10. Party's still there as well for the final point. But here we go. Next to overtake for Midibal is Carlsberg. That's all the top 4 in the championship here for fighting here for the race win in the top 4 at the moment, also on track. Which is good to see, and Midipal is looking very racy indeed. That's Combi Milan Ryan.
More DRS than Steven.
Combi got by the McLaren, sorry. Just to look at that quickly. Yeah, Scuba spent a lot of ERS, it has to be said.
You might see medium pilot do a double overtake here.
Carlsberg could
gets the move done.
medium pilot is close as well.
Pilot move done.
Well, stays patient.
Is he gonna go for the move round here?
Milan got by Combi again. Back to medium pilot.
Ooh, I thought there was gonna be an aeroplane crash there.
Ooh, side by side there with Combi and Milan again for P6 of this race. Great battle as well. Don't want to miss that either. So the top 7 in a fight with each other. Or, yeah, the fight itself for P6, I should say. Yes, Milan is 7 seconds back.
Medium pilot his speed through corners is insane. But I wonder if the softs have lost their advantage.
Maybe the next 2 or 3 laps. But he needs to make the move ASAP.
He doesn't seem to be negotiating these as fast as he gets using attack armor.
Another penalty.
He doesn't seem to be negotiating them as fast as I thought he would.
Yeah, he's definitely losing performance behind these guys. Dirty air, etc, etc.
I think Matt's gonna get DRS on medium pilot. Oh, Perpetuum, sorry, his Ghost Gun, he does.
I think it's not enough for medium pilot to make a move into turn 2, which is the case on this occasion. But good run around turn 3. Let's go around the outside, maybe let's cut back early on the throttle and make a move into turn 5. Could make it, you know, late on the brakes on these tires. Left the space, better direction for Scuba around the outside, still side by side. Now it's medium's corner, I think, has to cut in the process. Side by side to the middle sector. Great racing, great racing. Great defensive job by Scuba.
This is just helping the guys in front.
And helping Kevin to keep up.
I wonder if Steven's playing the team game for Matt to keep him on the podium.
Yeah, that is Scuba-like, I think, to be honest. Think he still thinks about the team, even though both drivers are in a massive championship fight to secure the constructors ASAP. Could be a thinking, you know, yeah, you could be right.
It's a good defensive drive by Steven either way.
But now he could be a sitting duck as he lost DRS to Carlsberg as well.
But medium pilot don't have a lot of VRS. If he's already less than 10% on the straight, that doesn't matter, apparently, on Codemasters.
And our update side, easy move in the end then.
Captain
Thank you.
Chubbs has lost it.
Oh, Captain Jobs, where's Captain Jobs? Oh, that's turn 16. Back into the pits he goes. Is that...
He's going to try for the fastest lap.
Respect if he goes on. Westy.
This game is stupid, man.
Oh, Captain Jobs, retire then.
Retired. For speeding to the pit lane when he was under the speed limit, this game is just stupid.
No, it's...
The same happened to me in Singapore.
It's really...
It's just ridiculous.
It's really ridiculous. I don't like it at all. Some stuff here in this game. As Porty got past Westy as well. We missed that. Porty for the final point. As Westy is on very old hearts. Another sector 1 caution.
That'd be for Captain Chubbs.
Oh, okay, for Chubbs again. Now, that's stupid as well, as he's in the... As he's out already.
I wonder if Joe is going to go for the fastest lap. I think he is.
Yeah, I think he is. He's a long way back. Just to trigger the guys into the top 10. To steal that away from the guys, from that final, from the extra point.
Carlsberg's close up to the back of Matt.
He's reeling in again.
But let's not forget he's got a... He needs to break 2 seconds, I think.
Let's react to it when the driver's crossing the line in terms of penalties, but yeah, still the chance to pick up some penalties, and it could change it even more in the end. Maybe with Kevin to get the win. Who knows? Who knows?
I think Kevin might have a penalty. I can't remember, but I think he might have one.
Yeah, also the top 5 only covered by 3 seconds after 25 laps. That is insane.
So if none of them are penalties and Matt has one, then it's going to be a big reshuffle. Medium pilot's driving like a man on a mission.
Now let's see if we can actually see a move here in this braking zone.
Why did we back out?
Yeah, he backed out of it. Didn't go for it. Yeah, Kevin could be still there for P4 on track. And now only 6 tenths between the top 3 boys here. Now Matt could lose his lead in the penultimate lap of this race. Goes for the outside, was medium pilot. Can he close as well? Not quite close enough, but it's Kelsper who takes the lead in lap 26 of 27. And we don't actually know who will win this race. It could be anyone.
Medium pilot could shock everyone and come out on top. We just do not know.
Not already for me. From the back of the grid, starting on mediums, and having the pace also on the softs now. Try of the day for me personally.
We'll have to see what everyone else has managed to do.
No, but you will decide anyway, as the other guest. Just for me, personal opinion. Impressive drive by medium pilot indeed.
Well, really, is he going to make the move on that?
You don't see any moves into this turn 13. Let's see if anyone tomorrow on Friday will take the chance to overtake there. But it was very apparent tonight. Nobody wanted to go there. Just staying behind.
Might have to grab my lady balls and make a move for the cameras.
And this race has flew by so quickly as well. It's already the last lap of this race. A lot has been going on, a lot of action, also a lot of retirements, to be honest. 5 drivers didn't make it to the line, and it's not over just yet as we have medium pilot towards Matt on an attack. Late on the brakes is Matt into turn 2. Better exit maybe for medium pilot to prepare a move into turn 4. Look at the run he has. Has to go the long way, which is the inside for the next corner, but he's early on the brakes. Maybe knows about the penalty situation and doesn't want to risk anything.
Is this battling going to help Cows though?
Could be the case in the end, you know. If he only has 3 seconds.
I've got a feeling Steven's going to win this due to penalties.
Yeah, that's so exciting. We just don't know who will win it.
I don't think he's got one.
Scuba.
Steven never gets penalties. He's only had one all season.
To be honest, I haven't seen his name popping up, in all honesty. I think you could be right, you know. But I think at this stage, Karlsberg, Matt, medium, there won't be any moves in the last sector of this race. Well, let's see, Karlsberg is leading the pack towards the final couple of corners to finish round number 16 of Division 1 of Season 7. So the season's coming to an end, and who has won the Russian Grand Prix? Karlsberg crossing the line in first. Matt has jumped him. Medium pilot third, and Scuba! Scuba won it! Double victory here for the Renault boys. Renault won too. Great stuff. And I think that's the constructors wrapped up already. And Adam was actually right, so great stuff by Scuba winning this race. Matt in second, Karlsberg in third. So Scuba's gaining a bit then on the championship leader. And could be very interesting the last 5 races. We have Kevin in 4th place, decent race by him as well. Meet the pilot due to penalties in P5. Combi in P6, good race there with Milan Ryan in P7, decent points for these guys. Chester in P8, another decent points. Wesker in P9 in the end. I think he will be happy about that to sneak 2 points. Yeah, that's big for Wesker.
He should be happy with it, he had a decent race. Bit lonely, but it was decent.
Double victory for Renault. Who would have thought that before the race? I wish that's the Renault Boys tomorrow night as well, Luke.
Yeah.
You're on for it. But, yeah. Fantastic stuff. Very good race we've seen tonight in Division 1. Battles all over the track, side-by-side action, that's what we want to see. And yeah, no penalties by Scuba. Yeah, and Media Pilot, 6 seconds cost him in the end there for a better finish. He had that from P19. Also Combi, no penalties. Very good race by him as well. Party in the end gets the final point from P17. Also very good. He continues to sneak these points. And we have Westin P11, Coutinho P12, Corbin P13. And that are actually the finishing drivers. Perpetuum lost connection early on. Captain Jobs retired. So did Alonso, Tom, Merck, and Dark Bold. And also Afri lost connection, I think, or his car wasn't there. Yeah, what do you think? How did you find this race, Adam? Was very interesting.
Yeah, the battle for the win was the thing what made this race exciting. Without that, then would have been a pretty boring race.
Yeah, indeed, in the end it was a bit spread out, especially in the midfield. But also Combi and Milan had a decent fight for P6.
Yeah, definitely.
Showed good pace. And who actually got the fastest lap? Do you see it in the top 10?
Medium Pilot.
Medium Pilot. 33.4. Did Joe beat that? No, he didn't.
Yeah, Joe got 34 flat.
Yeah, and within the top 10, it's then it's Medium Pilot with the extra point then, so we figured that out as well. And yeah, that's pretty much Adam. I have to thank you for joining me again. It was a big pleasure.
I think driver of the day has to be between Medium Pilot and Steven.
You're allowed to decide.
Medium Pilot had the pace all the way throughout, but I think Steven edged it because he had no penalties.
Yeah, I think that's a...
And I think he started P5?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that, yeah. But he get, as you said...
If Medium Pilot just had one penalty, then he probably would have got it, but I think Steven gets it just to the fact he had no penalties.
Yeah, that's a very good shot.
Sochi, which is penalty heaven.
Very impressive from Steven then. Congratulations again, also Matt and Kelsper on the podium. That's pretty much. Next race will be tomorrow. I hope with Graham that he's back. Division 2 in Russia, same track. On Friday will be Division 3 for the guys in Russia, and then we go to Japan for Division 1 next week on Monday. That should be very good as well. For the moment, it's done for the stream. Thanks, lads, for joining, for your interest, and we see you tomorrow night with Graham for Division 2. So join in then, and keep it safe. Keep racing!